Well, people, this is it. Harry has survived his way through abusive family members, the first day of school, a three-headed dog, a giant troll, a cursed broom, and his sort of first encounter with Voldemort. Now, it's finally time to end this review, so let's wrap things up and see what Harry's last obstacles are in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Part 3. Harry, Ron, and Hermione set out to get to the 3rd floor, but they come across their first hazard.
Neither should you. You're sneaking out again, aren't you? I'll fight you.
Neville, I'm really sorry about this. Petrificus totalis.
First blood.
So, that was the easy part. They actually thought to bring the cloak this time, and they managed to make it into the room where Fluffy is. And he's asleep due to a harp, but it doesn't last long.
Does it seem a bit quiet to you?
The harp. It stopped playing.
They make it down the trap door and land on these vine-looking things, but then... So this is Devil's Snare. This is quite an intriguing trap, as it'll kill you fast unless you relax. If you're freaking out and budging too much, it'll kill you faster. Which, of course, Ron can't exactly relax at the moment. Hermione manages to save him, and they go to the next level, room, which has a bunch of flying keys, a locked door, and a broom. Harry uses his Quidditch Seeker skills to get the key they needed for the door, and continue on into, my opinion, the best sequence in the movie.
Graveyard. This is no graveyard. It's chessboard.
Wizard's chess. In order to unlock the next door, they're gonna have to play their way across the room. And no, Alohomora isn't gonna work on this door. So, Wizard's chess is kinda sorta like a voice-controlled version of Battleship. You command a chess piece to move to a coordinate, starting with a letter followed by a number. The piece moves to that coordinate, and if it's within attacking distance of the opponent's, it'll destroy that piece. But how it's decided which piece attacks the other first is beyond me. I don't know if it's supposed to be played like a Pokemon battle, where if one chess piece is faster than the other, it attacks. I don't get it. All seems to be going in the enemy's favor, and our heroes are left dealing with the Queen. Ron, for some reason, decides to sacrifice himself so Harry can checkmate.
He's going to sacrifice himself.
No, you can't. There must be another way.
I got an idea! How about if Ron got off the horse? Yeah, I know, if Ron didn't do this, we wouldn't get the main hero faces off against the villain face-to-face cliche. Harry gets to the final room. The dungeon. This place sound familiar?
In the dungeon! Roll in the dungeon!
And guess who happens to be here?
No, it can't be. Snape, he was the...
Yes, he does seem the type, doesn't he? Well, next to him, who would suspect? Poor, stuttering Professor Quirrell.
But that day, during the Quidditch match, Snape tried to kill me.
No, dear boy. I tried to kill you.
That's right, Professor Quirrell is the one after the stone, and everything Harry thought Snape did that was trying to kill him was all Professor Quirrell's own doing. The cursed broom, which now makes sense why the camera showed us a few shots of him, even though it didn't seem necessary. And we can see Quirrell over here looking like he's praying or something, but this is him afflicting the curse. Releasing the troll in the castle, which is why Snape was shown having a cut or something. He was bitten by Fluffy, but only in the room because he was trying to cut Quirrell off from escaping to the dungeon. And after knowing this, I have a theory, and let me know if this makes sense or not. I think it was Quirrell who sent Neville the Remembrall, and was the reason why his broom was going haywire. Like, it was planned from the beginning to try to get Harry to be in Quidditch somehow. Did you ever think it was weird and or random that Neville's broom was just flying out of control? Well, we just found out that Quirrell was the one jinxing Harry's broom. It was probably Quirrell who was jinxing Neville's. But again, this is only a theory because he would have also had to plan Malfoy taking the ball after Neville's accident and throwing it coincidentally in front of McGonagall's office. But anyway, the mirror Harry was looking at earlier is here as well, and Quirrell is looking at it now, seeing himself with the stone, and starts contemplating.
Understand? I'm never alone. Never. Now, what does this mirror do? I see what I desire. I see myself holding the stone. But how do I get it? Use the boy. Come here, Potter! Now! Tell me, what do you see?
That's right, the stone is in Harry's pocket. And where was that other voice coming from? Also curious as to why a British dude is wearing a turban?
Let me speak to him.
Master, you are not strong enough.
I have strength enough for this. Harry Potter, we meet again.
Voldemort.
Yep, Quirrell is a servant to Voldemort. God damn it! Quirrell is a servant of Voldemort, and his face has been on the back of Quirrell's head this whole time. So after trapping Harry in the dungeon, Voldy tries to make a deal with Harry.
Would you like to see your mother and father again? Together. We can bring them back. All I ask is for something in return. That's it, Harry. Together, we'll do extraordinary things. Just give me the stone.
You liar!
Okay, honestly, Harry, are you really that surprised? I mean, call me crazy, but I think a guy who killed both of your parents and is on the back of a professor's head, who not only is one of Voldy's servants but also tried to kill you on a few occasions, doesn't exactly say trustworthy. It's like taking NyQuil that's advertised by Freddy. Something may be a bit suspicious there. And this is also why I said in part 1 to remember that he's the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, because he's supposed to teach the students how to defend themselves against the dark arts, while he has the Dark Lord's face right on the back of his head. So it seems like Harry has lost here, but then... And what the hell just happened?
Harry, do you know why Professor Quirrell couldn't bear to have you touch him? It was because of your mother. She sacrificed herself for you. And that kind of act leaves a mark. Oh no, this kind of mark cannot be seen. It lives in your very skin.
What is it?
Love, Harry. Love.
Oh yeah, and in case you're wondering, that mysterious object in the vault at Gringotts was indeed the Sorcerer's Stone. Hence why the music was so dramatic when the vault was opening. Which is also why Hagrid didn't want Harry mentioning it to anybody. Oh yeah, by the way, good job on that interview session there, Dumbledore. Never questioning why he's always wearing a turban.
No,
Spared no
it
expense,
can't
I
be.
guess. This also leads me to another theory. I think it was Quirrell who told Malfoy Harry and his friends went to Hagrid's after school hours. I mean, think about it. Where were they serving detention? At Hagrid's. They had a job to do. Where? The Dark Forest. And who did Harry encounter? Voldemort. Voldy might have used some sort of magic to see that Harry and his friends snuck out and ordered Quirrell to tell Malfoy what was going on to try to meet Harry face to face. But again, it's just a speculation. So even though it's not technically needed to be shown, I might as well show it, cause this is the only time in all 8 movies that we get to see this. The House Cup Ceremony.
In 4th place, Gryffindor with 312 points. 3rd place, Hufflepuff with 352 points. In 2nd place, Ravenclaw with 426 points.
Fuck yeah!
And in 1st place, with 472 points, Slytherin House.
But Dumbledore feels like cheating a little bit.
Recent events must be taken into account. To Miss Hermione Granger, for the cool use of intellect, while others were in grave peril, 50 points. Second, to Mr. Ronald Weasley, for the best played game of chess that Hogwarts has seen these many years, 50 points. And third, to Mr. Harry Potter, for pure nerve and outstanding courage, 60 points. And finally, it takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to your friends. I award 10 points to Neville Longbottom.
Actually, I don't know if Neville's supposed to feel good about this or not, because, I mean, Ron got 50 points for just being good at chess, and Neville got a measly 10 points for sticking up to his friends and his enemies. But again, it was that measly 10 points that won them the House Cup, so I don't know.
Gryffindor wins the House Cup.
And that, everybody, is where Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone ends, at long last. So, was Chris Columbus best to direct the first movie? I'd say so. If there is any movie that can just bring back the nostalgia, this is one of those movies that does. It's interesting how after seeing all of the newer Potter films and going back to this one being like, holy crap! Their voices, their ages, their heights, their acting! But despite this being a very big nostalgia trip whenever we see it, did it all work? Or are there a few things that hold it back?